Well, welcome. We're going to do a little video of Mary Burdick, or Grandma Mary, or Mary's potica, which is Croatian walnut bread. And for once, we're going to see how she really does it, because her recipe never seems to do it justice. So let's start with what she's going to use in the potica.
I'm scalding 2 cups of milk, and as soon as that gets hot, I'm going to add a cube of butter and a cup of sugar. Then I have to make the yeast, and that is with warm water. That way. With a fourth of a cup of water, a tablespoon of yeast, and a tablespoon of sugar. That will make it. And then I have to let that wait till it.
Important to note here, that was approximate tablespoons. That was not actual tablespoons.
Well, the tablespoon is close enough. Okay, now we have to wait till it's warm, and this has to raise. Then I'll add that.
All right.
No, we
Time to
can-
pull the flour out.
I want some eggs too. Need 3 eggs. Okay, now we can just hold off till
There you
this
go.
gets hot. I use 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of sugar, and I use a tablespoon of vanilla, and 3 eggs. You heat the milk, and then you add the cube of butter and the sugar, and then after you get all that together, you have 2 pounds of ground walnuts and a tablespoon of vanilla. You get that, then you have 3 eggs. Beat the eggs together first, and then add it to that. And if it's too thin, you add more walnuts. And
If it's too thick, what do you do?
you add
No.
water, or not milk rather, milk or cream. I usually use cream, but it's usually very seldom that it's too thick.
Oh, okay.
And after that is all done, you add the almond paste mixture, which is, you do this separately. You use 2 cubes of butter and 1/3 pound, which I would say about 1.5 cups of brown sugar, and 3 tablespoons of almond flavoring, and 1 cup of almond paste. And you just beat that up. I've used it in the beater, in the Rite Aid, or what another Rite Aid is.
KitchenAid,
Kitchen.
A blender. What do they call
Blender,
it?
yeah, in the blender, and then till it's nice and whippy.
Yeah.
Then you just take half of
Mix
this
master.
almond and add it to the walnut. Then I add another tablespoon of almond flavoring, and that's this.
That's the almond.
Yeah, I didn't bring any almonds. I did. This is hot enough now.
So the milk is now warm.
Yeah, it's nuts. Then you add the butter, and give me a cup of sugar.
In the milk.
Yep.
There's a cup.
Now it's faster if you cut it in smaller pieces.
He's still watching you.
Yeah. No, I was just to see if Nixa was, because she's going to do this next year.
Okay.
Well, she'll do the flour part. So you stir that till the butter melts?
Yeah. You have to make it cool. You don't want it too hot.
And And the yeast itself is starting to foam.
Yeah.
It should be foaming in there.
Yeah, it should be up a little higher than that.
So you want to see it double in size just
Yeah.
before you do anything with it?
Yes.
I don't know if you can see that very well in the camera, but it's actually foaming in there. And you want it to start to activate.
Then I'm going to add that all this into this.
So once the butter melts, you're going to put it in the pan, or even before the butter melts?
Yeah. It'll cool off a little faster. Just a bit more.
It's too warm? Oh, it's still warm. You don't want to cook the egg, I guess.
It'll kill the yeast if it's too hot.
Oh.
It's not hot. It's not really hot. So I'll take 3 eggs. Need a tablespoon of salt.
Tablespoon of salt. 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So 1, 2, 3. There's your little education. 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon.
3 tablespoons.
So you have butter, sugar, eggs.
And the yeast. You add this to this mixture. Make sure I get all the
Yeast out of there.
yeah.
So important notes here when she's scalding the milk. It's just the milk is starting to see a little steam come up, but it's not bubbling and boiling.
Yeah.
You just want to bring it to a hot temperature
Okay.
for milk. How much flour do you need?
Well, approximately 7 cups, but you can start stirring, Teresa.
Start stirring. That's 1 cup.
That's one.
2 cups.
You might need 3. That's 3. Okay,
So
get them all
3
together.
cups.
Get it all together.
So when you were young, did you mill the flour yourself, Mom?
No,
6.
I didn't mill. No, I don't think Mother did either.
You churned the butter though.
Yeah, we churned butter, yes. Went out the hen house to get the chicken, the eggs.
There you go.
Now you got 6 in there. It was going to take more than.
Okay, you want to stir this? That's why I say younger arms. Here we go. Stirring away.
Stirring. But, I should have tied my hair back.
We put sugar in it, didn't we? Yep, it's sweet.
Am I just going around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're trying to get the flour, as much flour, knock it off the sides.
Okay.
I'm going to just put 1 more cup and then we're going to put it on the board. Okay.
You're Bob.
I'm going to show you how you do this.
There, we're going to put it on here.
You want to...
Spatula.
Spatula all this out. I guess so. Now what do you start doing? You start kneading it?
Yeah, start kneading it, and we're going to have more flour. My hands are messy, so somebody put another 1/2 cup in there.
So you put in 8 cups so far?
This is 8 cups now.
Just sprinkle it?
Yeah, just the whole thing.
So you now have 8 cups of flour. So you're just working the flour in gently?
Yeah. And I can do this till I guess when you have to count to 100, somebody else is going to do it and I'm not.
Oh, so you do 100 pushes?
Well, no, you'll see.
You want me to keep pushing that in? Or are you good?
Need that much. Turn the oven on to 150 or 170, whatever.
Down.
And as soon as it gets hot, turn it off.
Okay.
Over there, see, I always have something to.
Oh, that's why I did like it.
Okay, I'll let you do this now. This is a lot of
Going
work.
down? It's sticking to me. I guess I want to put flour on it. The expert's not here to tell me.
Don't put any more flour in it.
What if it's sticking to my hands? Put flour in my hands? Maybe that. There you go. I'm not really putting flour in it.
Okay, how do you feel? Don't put any more flour.
Okay, I'm not putting any more flour. Push flour away. More flour.
Get rid of that flour. My hands are wet.
There's dough in that flour, so be careful. Just throw it away.
No, what's the sifter?
Put it in the sifter.
Okay. Here. Go like this. And then hit it 100 times.
100 times?
Yeah.
3, 4. That's what she wants.
I think it's hot enough. I need some oil.
You should smile. Looking all intense.
Okay, that's enough, I think. I think you got 100, didn't you?
Close.
Close.
Maybe like 89.
Okay. Then you put a little bit of oil in this pan. You let it raise for 2 hours.
Put oil in the pan, place the dough in the pan.
Okay.
Just put it in.
Mm-hmm.
Cover it with the oil.
And then put saran wrap over it.
Saran wrap over it. Put it in an oven that was warmed to 150 degrees and shut off.
I know, but it might be too hot.
Another one.
That's enough. Just one. And
The oven's open and cooling.
put this over.
Okay. And a towel over it.
So they have to set for 2 hours,
All right.
approximately. I'll let it.
Perfect. And we can stop for a moment. The dough just came out of the oven after raising for 2 hours. And it's extremely soft.
Yes.
So you're taking how much, Mom? How much did you grab?
I feel
I
like
have no idea.
She grabbed a handful there.
Handful. And this I want to do as thin as possible.
Need a rubber.
Put your fingers.
Smile as you do
show
it.
what it looks like
Oh, there he goes. There's the double the size. Is what came out.
and the consistency.
Hi, I can pull it up on it. Pull up on it. Look how it just pulls up, ready to go. We also prepared our tins, sprayed them with Pam, so that they're all saturated. You can use a pan with flour if you want to get that.
And get the ovens hot too. 325.
325. Let's put this right.
Because it's supposed to go in the oven as soon as it's ready. I got that. And then you take about, let's see, measure, cup and a half, whatever.
You take enough to put a nice coating across all the
Yeah,
dough that
all
you
the way. You spread it thin, but
all the way to the edge.
all the way to the edge. The thin coating.
And that was just at room temperature, the walnut mix.
Yeah, it's kept refrigerated till you're ready to use it. But
And you roll it like a jelly roll.
pinch the ends and place it in your little.
And they go right in the oven, but the oven isn't ready yet.
So we're going to have a slight delay for putting in the oven. So you take another handful.
Oh.
So how old were you when you made your first walnut bread?
Well, I helped when I was 8, 6, I don't know.
Too many years to remember?
Yeah. Hey, that's been about 85 years ago, come on. I'm supposed to remember? I'll let you do that then.
Okay. It'll never roll out as thin as yours.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna let you do it till it is that thin.
I'll be here all day. See what happens when I do it? It
That's
rolls.
okay, that's
It rolls
okay.
over right away.
Make it as long as possible, not as wide. Okay, that's too thin, too thick. But that's okay, go ahead and then we'll just cut it off. You get it.
There. And you just make it, odd shaped or not.
Yeah.
Your neck, so get ready, your arms.
I think that's enough for the whole thing. Yeah, I have for Micah, I could do this really easy.
Or you do it right on your counter?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you don't have a tile counter, you can do this right onto a smooth counter. So when you put them in the tins, you make them just a little smaller than the container?
Yeah, because they'll expand when they're cooking, but Mother used to let it raise, but I don't. Kay never did, so I didn't do it.
So it's not really your mother's recipe anymore.
Well, sort of.
So did she bring this recipe from Croatia? From Yugoslavia at that time?
No.
Who had the recipe in the family?
Well, I imagine Mother brought it, but is the oven hot enough yet?
It's at 260 right now.
So when you bring them in, you pinch the ends so that all the stuff doesn't ooze
so
out.
it won't ooze out. This is going to be a long one.
So we're making an egg wash for the rolls before they go in the oven. 1 egg whipped with about 2 tablespoons of water. And we're going to baste it on the top of the bread before it goes in
Okay.
so that it'll be shiny when they come out.
Just go ahead.
So how many times a year did you make this?
Just Easter and Christmas. That was the big thing. No.
Thicker in the middle or even everywhere?
I'll try to even it, but just
You're making her self-conscious now.
I was wondering.
Good question, though. All questions are good at this point.
even as possible.
Okay.
The dough is really nice. I like to work yeast dough.
So this one you're going to make into a large one.
Yeah. I'm going to take part of this one off and add
You
it,
have a
add it
tail
to that
coming
one.
off this one.
And then I'll have it added to that one.
Mix and match.
Okay.
All right, then we're going to baste them. So can you grab them and set them in the oven? As they're all basted here with a little egg wash. So you want to talk about the walnut bread, Mom? It's a Croatian.
It's a Croatian dessert. I mean, well, it's the
Specialty?
bread for Easter and Christmas.
And how do you say it in Croatian?
Poetica.
Poetica?
Poetica od oraja. I mean, it means from walnuts.
From walnuts, there you go.
Yeah.
So the bread only takes like 25 minutes and they get golden brown on top.
The big ones went in at the
One of the big ones are already come out too.
All right, well, we'll catch one of those. So you just tip the pan over, they should come out because they've been sprayed.
To cool. What's that?
So talk a little bit about your family.
There was 6 brothers, 2 sisters, and we always celebrated with Christmas and Thanksgiving. I mean Easter. Walnut bread, that was a big thing. And we didn't have turkey. We didn't have ham. We had suckling pig for Christmas. That was our big thing.
Suckling pig and walnut bread.
Yeah, it was. You make a slice of suckling pig and a slice of walnut bread.
So how did your mother bring this recipe? Your mother didn't read or write. Did she just do this from memory?
Oh, she had a wonderful. She could hear a recipe on television, and she could go out and make it without even writing anything down. And I write it down, and I still don't get it right.
Oh.
So, but anyway, it was a tradition. Everybody made walnut bread and poppy seed bread also. We made poppy seed. So,
What was inside the poppy seed?
What was inside the poppy seed bread?
poppy seed.
Well, poppy seed with what? You got to do more than just.
Well, it was poppy seed, eggs, and sugar, vanilla, and
poppy seeds.
some like lemon with some fresh lemon juice. The mother didn't use fresh lemon juice; she used vanilla. But that was a tradition.
Did you not have a lemon tree on your farm?
No, we did not have
That's why you didn't use fresh lemons.
not in Washington. You don't have lemon trees outside.
So what town was your mom from in
She
Croatia?
was from Brušan and was formerly Yugoslavia, and she was the youngest of the family and didn't have any dowry, so consequently, when Dad had written that he wanted a wife, and she was one of them, and she decided she'd go. Her mother was very upset, but she said she wanted a family, and she knew that she couldn't have one over there because she didn't have a dowry. So she came to the United States, thank God. So there was, let me see, my dad had 2 sisters, and he had 3 brothers. We were all, for all the holidays, we were always together. It was fun. Didn't have much money, but we had lots of fun. A lot of food.
What were your parents' names?
My mother's name was Rose, and my dad's name was Jacob. Actually, it was Rosa.
And what was your name?
My name was Marca.
Maritza.
Marca.
Marca?
Yeah, Marca.
Which is Mary.
Which is Mary in Croatian. And I was Marca until I went into school, and then I ended up being Mary.
So did you speak any English when you went to school?
No, I didn't know a word of English.
What grade did you start?
1st grade. So,
There you go.
went to a little country school. And the teacher had a hard time because we were all Croatian. We could speak amongst each other, and she kept saying, you have to speak English.
How long did it take you to learn English?
Oh, the first year, evidently, because I passed.
You passed class?
Yeah. Sretan Božić i Nova Godina, which means Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
There you go.